Welcome back, everyone, to the Bear Struggle Plays YouTube channel. Today is Sunday, December 15th, and after a very, very entertaining Saturday afternoon, college basketball has left up with a disgusting slate on Sunday. I apologize for this, but we only have one game that I thought was worth looking at, and I don't even know if it's worth looking at. Northwestern going up against Georgia Tech. Going to have a player prop on that one, at least try to have a player prop in that one. Don't even know if it's going to be offered, but let's take a look at the Saturday plays before we jump into Sunday. I did say it was very entertaining to watch. Not very profitable, but we will take the pushes all over the place. Clemson, -6, outright loss against Memphis. Memphis could not miss a shot. Colby Rogers coming over from Wichita State. Wichita State got blown out by DePaul. Should have took DePaul instead of Clemson. That was the two games I was focusing on. Should have took DePaul over Clemson. My apologies, Clemson. They started the game scoreless, I think, through 6 minutes. So just not a good start, not a good finish all the way around. Thought maybe when Clemson tied it up, they tied it up. And then they had that turnover at the half that led to a Memphis 3, and then Memphis took the lead in the half. It's just a weird game. Clemson didn't play well defensively. Good for Memphis. They made a lot of shots. Next game, A&M +1.5. I was correct. Purdue is a fraud this year. Purdue is not a good team. A&M rolls. Kansas -13.5. Thought I was going to get screwed. I really did. Kansas come out hot at home. Electric environment. NC State battles the entire way. Kansas finds a way to cover the spread late. Win that one. Tennessee -1.5. Best game of the day. Tennessee and Illinois back and forth the entire game. Low scoring game for the most part. Tennessee, 5 seconds left. Dribble drive. Who was it? Was it Jordan? Wasn't Lanier. He had 5 fouls, by the way. He was in foul trouble the entire game. It wasn't Ziegler either, so I think it was, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Little scoop layup for the win. Buzzer beater. Tennessee takes it by 2 points, win that one. Marquette -1.5. We got the start I wanted. Up double-digit points first 12 minutes of the game. Dayton finds a way to battle the entire way. When it was 52-52, I was like, well, shit. Dayton always finds a way to win these close games, and they definitely did. They beat Marquette. Good win for Dayton. Next play was Gonzaga -3.5. UConn was on fire. Electric environment in UConn. Gonzaga tied it up a couple times, but UConn was in control for most of that game. They take that one outright. Then Alabama -9.5. Currently playing right now, going up against Creighton. I believe Alabama's up by 10 points. Creighton hanging tough, though. Alabama's had a double-digit lead couple times. Creighton keeps battling back, so we'll see on that one. But let's move over to the game for tomorrow. It's going to be Northwestern going up against Georgia Tech. Don't know a ton about either of these teams. I have broken down Northwestern a couple times. Northwestern is going to be the favorite in this one, maybe a heavy favorite. It says 75% chance to win this game on the ESPN pick meter. I'm not seeing anything out yet, but I'm going to guess between 5 and 7 points, maybe a little bit higher. I think if we can get Northwestern anything under 7 points, you should grab that against the spread. So we're just going to say -6.5 for right now. If this thing goes higher than -7.5, you can forget about it. I'm not going to be playing anything on Sunday. I can't take Northwestern anything above -6.5. I will say this about Northwestern. They've got a couple guys. They've got a couple guys in that team who are dead eyes all over the floor. I really can't say the same about Georgia Tech. They struggled shooting the ball. They struggled defensively this season. Looking at Georgia Tech, they have 4 players scoring double-digit points. That's good. That's always a good thing. Balanced scoring all the way around the floor. They're scoring 76.7 points per game. That's in the middle of the pack, not the worst. But so far, the best player has been Lance Terry. He's a senior, 15 points per game. He's been really good over the last 4 games, putting up 15-plus points in 3 of those 4. I'm just a little bit concerned about Georgia Tech because they're coming off a heartbreaking loss against North Carolina. That was a top 25 North Carolina team they lost by 3 points. That could really hurt a team. Also coming off another loss as a top 25 team in Oklahoma, losing that one by 15 points. I just think that heartbreaking loss might have them down in this game. They now have lost a couple more games than they have won, so they are below 500 on the season. Not necessarily a bad thing because they've been playing some pretty good opponents, but never want to start your season below 500. What are we, 10 games into the season? So I like Northwestern here. Brooke Barnheiser, Nick Martinelli scoring 19.7 points per game, 20.8 points per game. They are a couple sharpshooters on the outside. They can score anywhere on the floor. Northwestern also has another guard named Leach. He's scoring close to 15 points per game. All 3 of these guys can score buckets and buckets and buckets. Northwestern, besides those 3 guys, they don't have a lot of scoring, but that hasn't been a problem so far this season. Sitting with 7 wins, they lost to Dayton. Dayton's a very good team. They just beat Marquette at home. They lost to Butler, a game they should have won. They lost that game by a couple buckets, and then they lost by 1 point on the road against Iowa, which is a very good offensive team, losing that one in a high-scoring game. They're coming off a big win, though, against a top 25 team in Illinois. This is going to be their first game in 9 days. These kids are going to be itching to get back on the court. Going to be a great environment. Going to be ready to play. Going to be healthy. Going to be energized. I like Northwestern here. Flex their muscles a little bit on the defensive side as well. They've been a good defensive team. as far as I can remember since I've been watching Northwestern. So give me them minus 6.5. A name just popped in my head. You guys remember Boo Buie? I love Boo Buie. Love him. Love me some Boo Buie. Minus 6.5. Northwestern has to play. Best player prop of the day. We're going to stick with Northwestern. Give me Brooks Barnhizer over his total points. Now, Brooks has been with Northwestern his entire career, 4 seasons. Freshman, not so good. Sophomore, not so good. Junior year, we saw some points being scored, 14 points per game this season, close to 20 points per game. On the year, he scored 20-plus points in 4 of his 6 games. So remember, again, this is a guy who started the season off late, dealing with some injuries, dealing with some personal things. He started the season late. First game was November 19th. He's been very good, though, with Northwestern over the last 6 games. He plays between 38 and 40 minutes per game as well. He usually never comes off the floor. Going up against Illinois, he was able to chip in for 17 points, shot 23 times. I expect another game shooting between 17 and 20 times. That's going to be great for the player prop as well. And I also talked about Georgia Tech defensively just a little bit ago. They're not a good defensive team. They're almost ranked in the bottom 200 in the NCAA. They're sitting at 199. The shot percentage, not bad on the defensive side, 40.6%. I've seen better, obviously. I mean, that's towards the middle of the pack, but they're giving up way too many points per game with how many points they're scoring per game. Northwestern does have 3 guys that do it all for them. I expect Brooks to have another great day here, especially going up against one of the worst defensive teams he's seen on this season. Give me his over total points. I'll play this to over 20.5. I don't expect it to be 20.5, though. Probably going to be between 17.5 and 19.5 will be the play on Sunday afternoon, if it's even offered. Guys, let's go to the recap graphic before I say that. Northwestern against the spread. Again, I would love to be minus 6.5 or less. I see 75% on the ESPN picker there. Typically, that's, high, right, and still in the single digits, but like hovering around double digits. If it's minus 6.5 or lower, I'm going to take a stab at it. I think they are the way better team, so I will take them minus 6.5 or lower. Brooks Barnhizer is going to be the prop if we can find it over his total points. Hopefully, we get 17.5 as the play there. Guys, that's going to do it for the NCAA basketball picks and props for Sunday, December 15th slated games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please share drop like this video and subscribe down below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.